Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's season 1, episode 12, entitled Let the Past Be the Past. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and then I give my review at the end. No need to dig around and keep all of the minute marks in the comments. It's all coming up next. Naomi and Eric share some pillow talk. They think that they've figured out everything when it comes to family and music. They even compliment one another when it comes to getting closer to JoJo. Eric still wants a real relationship. He even offers to show action to speak louder than his words. Val and Thomas wait on the news concerning her new released single, and it's official. It's #1 on the Latin music charts. She can't believe it. 6 months ago, she never even wrote a song. Now she's getting a physical to see if she can go on tour with the #1 song with her husband. It's so wonderful that all Val can do is cry happy tears. Her heart evaluations are clear. It's the ultrasound that has the doctor concerned. As Jill tries to clear her head with a good workout, there's a newsflash update concerning Darren's court information. It appears that every time Jill tries to clear her head of such a tragic experience, that it follows her everywhere she goes. Val returns to the waiting room and it's obvious something is bothering her. She vents and says, "When I was a kid, I always thought that life had a balance. For every bad thing in your life, something good would follow." Maybe she just thought that as a kid to cope with everything. I went from sharing a magical moment with my husband and finding out that I have a #1 hit. And now the doctors think that I might have uterine cancer. As everyone sits down to get the updates of what's going on, Lauren wonders how her audience will react to her being a more conscious rapper, messages in her songs instead of drugs and anime. Zadie's rehearsals and reviews are going well. Her Coachella performance will help her launch her tour. Everyone wants to know what's up with Jill and some new material, but she's not having a vibe with music right now. Eric even reports that the label is still broke, but we do have a #1 hit and a superstar at the table right now. They all applaud Val that it's her first #1 hit, and her first 5 nights of her tour have been sold out. Everyone else is excited except for Val. It's a nonchalant response. Something is wrong. They drill her about communicating what's bothering her, but Val urges that everything is okay. Really, Eric has a special announcement. 20 years ago to the current week represents when the Nasty Bees went triple platinum and the first female rap group to go platinum. He has an idea to generate money, with their permission, to launch an anniversary album with new track additions. The ladies wonder, should they release it without Brie? She's not dead, but she's not present. Lauren says that they shouldn't think so hard and just say yes. To pull more profit, Eric says that he wants to put his cut back into the pot, and Val makes it known that she owes them big time and agrees to do the same. They all need an okay from Brie and decide to give her a call. But before giving her a call, Naomi gets a news alert that the jury has deliberated and made a decision concerning Darren. The news reports that the jury made a decision in less than 7 hours, and now the verdict is in. Guilty on all 3 counts of attempted murder. Sentencing is scheduled for next week, but it's highly likely that he will receive nothing less than a life sentence. They release audio of Darren saying in court, justice has not been given. The person who deserves justice is the woman who inflicted all of the hurt. He says that God will punish her for selfish acts. She is the true criminal. This terrifies Jill. Everyone tells her that it's okay. He's going away for a very long time, and don't listen to him. He's crazy. Val is very distraught. She tells Thomas that I haven't been too nice to you. Now it's a possibility I have cancer and you have to nurse me and I might die. He tells her not to think the worst. They still haven't got the confirmations from the specialist. He's her husband, and if he needs to nurse her, he will. When I said I do, I agreed to do all of it. They will figure it all out together. The specialist has results, and it's good news. It's not cancer. It's fibroids. The symptoms are mild and not uncommon for women your age. She doesn't even need surgery at this moment. But if her symptoms get worse, surgery is highly likely to happen. A hysterectomy. If you want to have children, now is the time to make a decision. The fibroids place definite clocks on these things. It's best to make a decision now and talk about the options before it's too late to consider it at all. Lauren soothes Jill's mind that it's not her fault. What Darren said and did shouldn't control her life. It's time for her to live and have fun. Val is just in shock about everything. We don't want kids, do we? I know I don't want kids, but you want kids. He tells her that it's okay. If they can't have kids, that's totally fine. Having a child is a big step. He wants children without a doubt, but Val feels that maybe having a child and the news about her uterus is a good thing. Like, all about the balance? They should try, even if it doesn't work out. But if they start the process of trying, she'll have to put the tour on hold. She feels that she spent all of her life only thinking of herself. So you know what? Let's go for it. Eric is clearly in a hurry. He says he needs to run some errands, but his demeanor gives him away. It makes him look suspicious. Naomi wants to know if everything's okay, and he tells her, yeah, I just gotta do some stuff. Turns out he's meeting with his ex-wife, Robin. She wants to know why after 6 years he decided to give her a call. He gets straight to it. He wants her to relinquish the rights to the Heart of Queen's masters. She gloats that she's loving how the tables have turned. She wants to hear the pitch. He started a new venture, and he wants to release the anniversary album. She can't believe his request. When they got a divorce, he agreed that she would receive a portion of the masters, so he wouldn't part from his Hampton estate. Now it's sad because the house has been foreclosed. She jokes, of course, that she will give him the rights to release for the album and only wanted to see him sweat a little. She's already rich, so he can pay for the meal. Jojo calls, and his ex-wife thinks that it's a new young girlfriend, but he lets her know that it's his daughter. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that Jojo had been conceived while they were married, which had to be Naomi. She's usually not petty, but says this time she will be. It infuriates her even more when she finds out that he's living with Naomi, trying to rekindle a relationship. Before she leaves, she warns that Naomi deserves whatever is coming to her, and that Eric has always used people. Naomi learns about Val's situation, the fibroids, and moving forward with trying to have a baby. Val doesn't believe in God, but she believes she has all the signs needed. She should try for a baby. She's even ready to place the tour on hold. Naomi can attest to life being more important than music. She wouldn't trade in having a better relationship with her daughter than anything else in the world. They both agree that they've come a long way. And they're not friends. They're sisters. Eric gets the scoop about everything and says that he needs to talk to Naomi alone. Lauren pushes Jill to work on her music. It's when Jill feels the most free. Before the conversation can get any deeper, they see Tina. What is she doing in LA? Turns out she's there with her new girlfriend. Naomi tells Eric that, I didn't tell Val. I'm kind of bummed about her postponing her tour. I'm all for her happiness, but it's going to set us back. It's a good thing that you had the idea to release the anniversary album, though. And then Eric drops the bad news. They can't release the album. His ex-wife holds a portion of the masters. Naomi is more upset that he lied about where he was going. She can't trust him because he's always shown her the bad. Eric just wants her to calm down and just chill with the anger. He's done everything to make things right, and no one is perfect. The past has to be the past. He's never stopped loving her, and Naomi still can't believe a word of what he says. Tina introduces Chantel. They met while she was out on business. Jill and Tina need a moment to talk, alone. Jill wants to know if Tina heard about Darren's verdict. And she did. She's happy he's going to prison. Tina is confused though. Do you want me to be sympathetic to you? I don't know if I can be right now or even if it matters. I've moved on. Jill tries to apologize by admitting what she did, but doesn't apologize really. Tina can't trust the words that she even says. She coins Jill as someone who is just lost in life. She's still sad and angry with her and tells Jill that she'll be alone, and that's Jill's worst fear. Before Tina walks away, Jill lets her know that she thinks about what she did and how wrong she was, and how she made Tina question her love for her. But Tina continues to walk away in silence. Val is deep in thought, staring at her tour poster and looking at IVF information. She may need IVF. She thinks Thomas is being optimistic, and it's annoying, but he can't help but to choose to look at the good things. He even jokes by saying, okay, I'll be less supportive. He looks forward to their new lives, and he lets her know that without a shadow of a doubt, whatever happens, they'll go through it together. And also, he thinks that she'll be a wonderful mom. Naomi is wrapped in her thoughts, reminiscing about her career, the back and forths with Eric, the static between her and JoJo, everything. Those thoughts are interrupted by Robin arriving saying, "I'm here, what do you want?" Naomi says that she doesn't want any drama and that anger needs to be held up with Eric, not her. It's difficult for a woman in the music industry, so why are you holding my music hostage? Naomi even clarifies that when she was with Eric, he was not married. And then when he was married, she got out of contact with him. Whether Robin believes her or not, it's the truth. Robin says that she knew that he was messing around with Val and that in that time frame, they were married. He couldn't hide that from the press. There was always this beautiful look he had in his eyes when he talked about Naomi, how talented she was, the way she smiled. He was married to her for 6 years and never got that smile. She even found a letter that was written by Eric and was gonna be sent to you. Everything was always about Naomi. Robin could never come back from that. Naomi apologizes, and Robin shares that when she found out they had a child together, that made things even worse. Naomi shares that if we could just please sit down and talk. Naomi explains that she spent over 20 years alone. She was filled with anger and things that she was just holding on to that held her back. She can't tell Robin what to do, but the only way to move forward in anything is just to let things go. Let that hurt go away. Robin says, it's weird, but it feels like owning the rights to that music is the only thing I have left. Jill is crushed that Tina doesn't love her anymore, and Lauren brings her back down to reality, not to play the victim. People don't have to react how you want them to react. Everyone has a limit, and Tina has reached hers with you. Actually, you really didn't even apologize to Tina. You just only said what you did. Now the best way to get your feelings out is to get into that booth. Jill raps a song dedicated to Tina, acknowledging her errors, how much she hurt her, and how she wishes well for her future. After recording, she sends the track to Tina, and Tina is moved by it. Val begins her IVF treatments, and Thomas tells her that everything will be okay, to relax, don't think about the bad, and he'll start dinner. It's confusing, yet an anxious feeling in their marriage. Naomi confirms Robin signed off on the album. Eric and Naomi hold each other in silence. Naomi then says, "I love you," which leads to a sincere, passionate kiss. It's the celebration of the re-release of Heart of Queens. Everyone is sad that Brie couldn't be there, but they say that Brie's not coming back, and she's happy. We should be happy for her. A young fan requests autographs. They can't believe people still see them as inspirational. Creators applaud the impact of the Nasty Bees, and they even request if they can get one last performance as the Nasty Bees. And the crowd chants, "Nasty, Nasty. It's a surprise, but they agreed to keep the excitement going. Why should it end? It doesn't have to be the last time they're together as a group or to go on tour. They all hug in the rehearsal studio as Naomi practices her lyrics. And that is the end of the episode. And now it is time for your favorite part of the video. That's right, my review. So keep in mind that the next episode next week is the season finale. It has been a long road and the pandemic did delay a lot when it came to the fluidity of the air dates. A lot of fans were very frustrated, like, when is the next episode coming? How many episodes will there be? I've said in reviews before that the writers, the producers, everyone did a very good job of handling script changes. That's a lot of work because I can only imagine they probably had a lot of other ideas for the characters, but things changed with the pandemic and also with Eve getting pregnant and then allowing time for her to relax and stay at home and be with her family and to be safe. So all of these creative ways of interacting real artists, real hip hop artists, and other cameos that were in this season was phenomenal. It's a quick way to be light on your feet and quick on your feet when it comes to, okay, we have these situations and we have these film parameters and we have all of these women who are professional actors and artists. How can we schedule and pull all of this together? It's a lot. It's a lot, you guys. I could see if none of that ever happened, none of those issues occurred with the pandemic, but it did, and that's what changed those things. If it didn't happen, if the pandemic didn't happen and they were taking all of these breaks in between and it wasn't clarified or what was going on, then that would be terrible. But it's only due to the pandemic and delays with Eve and allowing her to take a break and be with her family that was most important, and then also keeping everybody safe and thinking about flights, and that's just so much. The production assistants, the production, the sound, the set design, hair, makeup, clothing, script writers, writers' room sessions, meetings. You guys, I know I keep saying this, but I can only imagine the back and forths and the conversations and the calls of what do we do now? What do we do now? At least that team knows that, hey, if this happens again or there's a catastrophe, or just the sky falls, we'll be prepared and we'll be ready for that. Okay, you guys, so we get a lot of clarification this episode. I've been saying over and over again that they sprinkled the idea of JoJo's dad and it possibly being Cam or Eric, and they touched on it, and then they kind of left that in the back burner. And I said that it wouldn't be surprising if they'll leave that for the season finale, and it looks like that's what we're doing. That's what's going to happen. We see in the previews for next week that Cam wants a paternity test. He wants to know. And it was just odd that they didn't bring it up again until the end. But I mean, we could have revisited it a couple of times, but we didn't because all of the focus was on the group and also adding in the individual from an episode ago where they had the audience with the legal drama and then her possibly being signed to Nasty B Records and all that. So it was a lot of filler episodes. Can't lie about that. And then the situation with Bree's character. Every show, every series needs a crescendo. You need something to pull people back to season 2, and that's exactly what they're doing. We want to know what's going on with JoJo. I've said that every episode. Okay, so they just going to mention that about JoJo and Eric's going to take her word for it and not going to want a paternity test. It's possible it can be Eric, Cam, or somebody else, because Naomi did say in an episode that she was in a space in her life to where, you know, she was under the influence of a lot of stuff, and here and there she would have, you know, her little sessions with other guys. So there's no telling. I don't know. It's a drama series with a little sprinkle of comedy every now and then, but it's a drama series. The goal is to keep the drama and to keep the fans waiting and on the edge of their seats trying to figure out what's going on. So I look forward to that in the season finale, and I can't wait to see how that goes. With Val, this subject also will pull the second season as well. Fibroids, when we even talk about that in the healthcare bubble or genre that we're talking about, fibroids is such a huge issue that is not discussed as much as it should be. A lot of women are not really fully educated on what they are, how they can affect your life. If you're thinking about children, how it will make you reevaluate if you do want children. And we saw this in the episode. What I thought was really beautiful and unique is we have Thomas and Val, who are these free spirits who got married off of, hey, we're vibing, why don't we make this real? To him wanting children, but being honest and saying, hey, if we can't have them, we can't have them. What are we supposed to do? And to her saying she don't want kids, as always says she never wanted them, she's not messing up her body, to considering like, wow, maybe this is a sign that I should. Maybe I need to let go of the way that I feel about certain things and consider it. So it just goes to show that you may have an idea about something or goals in life of something you want to do. And due to circumstances or different viewpoints, you can change your mind about a lot of stuff. You have the right to change your mind. A good example, you guys remember Jeannie Mai from the show The Real? For the longest time, she's always said she doesn't want kids. She doesn't have a mother bone in her body. You know, her husband wanted children and then they got a divorce. Since he wanted children, he then got remarried and then they had a baby. Well, then Jeannie Mai dated Young Jeezy and then they got married and they were excited about having a baby. So people change their viewpoints on stuff. And people have the right to change their minds. And there was a lot of fans of hers and for the show The Real that were upset about that. And I'm like, people have the right to change their minds. And if whomever they're in a relationship with, if they're cool with that, how can we argue with that? That's their lives. Hey, let them do what they want to do. Kind of just an idea of, in this show, how for the second season we'll be on this journey with Val and IVF and them trying and then her postponing her tour. And now we're talking about financial situations changing. And I would really like to see a little bit more about her husband. Where does he live? His side of the family, what he's doing. Will he have to be, on the road a lot because he is in the music industry as well when it comes to engineering. So it's music engineering. So it's just like, what will he do? I want to know more about him because he's still the mystery guy. We still don't know much about him. And hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good things. Hope it's not bad things about her husband because they did just meet. It's like, who knows this guy and is he okay? I don't know. Maybe they'll come out in season 2. Bree, let's talk about Bree and the possibilities of her coming back. The ladies of Queens, the group, they're like, she's not coming back, y'all. She's staying where she is. She's happy. She's glowing. We keep saying that we need to call Bree and confirm with Bree, which is cool, but she's not coming back. Okay, so let's put this all together. We have Darren that's been, the verdict was in and he's guilty. And he's, guilty on all charges of attempted murder and all this other stuff. I'm just really wanting to know, how does she plan to be under the radar per se? And she's a celebrity. I really think that she's going to be seen somewhere by maybe somebody's telephone, somebody just taking a picture out on vacation, and she just so happens to be in the background, or she's going to be seen. I'm wondering how long would that last? And maybe there'll be this crescendo of the group on tour, doing great, everybody's doing fine, and then Bree is discovered that she's not dead, WTF, right? And then that would probably get to a point where the group is finished. How could they lie about such a thing? And then I said in my other reviews that the only way they would probably explain that is maybe say that, hey, she was in fear for her life and she went away and went under the radar, and maybe the fans will, I don't know, say, oh, okay, well, that's a fair explanation. But everybody thinks that she's dead. I really think that information will slip out on accident, and people are going to learn that she's alive. And that might be something that's closer to mid-season 2, and that could be the crescendo of season 2, the season finale of that. I can't wait to see how they do that. This episode definitely did slow down, and I'm glad they did that, because what that does is that recenters the focus on the next big thing, which is the finale. You don't have to have just insane drama every episode. You want things to slow down where we're getting new information, and that's what we got. We got new information about Val. We got new information in the slow down and learning about Eric's ex-wife. We gotta slow down. The episodes slowed down, and when episodes slow down, they're giving us new information and we're learning new stuff. And that's what it did. That's good writing. So then when the season finale happens, we're going to be on the edge of our seats. And then that's going to bring us back for season 2. Let me know what you think. For those of you who have been rocking with me since episode 1 of all of my recaps and reviews, thank you so much. I thank you so much. At the end of every season of a television show that I'm redoing, I always thank you for tuning in. It takes a lot of time, energy, and dedication to a show, for editing, for artwork, everything that I pour into it. I want you guys to have the best quality that I can give, for things to be on point, for things to be as on time as possible. So I thank you so much. Please share this playlist with family and friends of people who just want a shortened version of what's going on and not that many commercials and all of that. I try to keep commercials at bare minimum for you guys. I know YouTube will sprinkle in ads. I don't have control over that. They place ads, all over the place. So I try to remove some of those as much as possible, because I know it's annoying for me to have commercials all over the place. I'm like, if I watch something on YouTube and I'm like, how many commercials? It's business. I mean, it's just what they do. But I try to go in and say, hey, how many do I have permission to remove? Or, what's going to be the better experience while they're viewing the recaps and the discussions. So make sure that you share this channel. It's family friendly. Share the channel with family and friends. Stay tuned. If you don't know the other shows that are planned for the channel and that are coming, make sure that you check out the video that I'll post at the end of the 2022 lineup. That's just some of the shows that I'll be reviewing, you guys. I have so many shows on my list. I like to keep some as a surprise, but those that are in the video, I said, hey, I'll let you know about these, but I always added more stuff. Also, check out the TV One series, Life Therapy with AJ Johnson. It's amazing to see and learn about mental health and how to help yourself and how to help others. Such an amazing series. It's really not that popular right now because it's new, but I really think that more people need to watch it. Okay, you guys, let me know what you think. I can't wait to read the comments. If the comment section is turned off, that's not me. That is the new YouTube policy. They have a new policy now to where they try to look and approve comments and then they cut them back on. I have no idea what's up with that. I have no control over that. So if you want to leave a comment and you see the comment section is turned off, that's not me. Refresh the page, come back, and then leave your comment, okay? In the meantime, in between time, remember to take care of yourself and each other. Stay tuned. I'll see you next week for the season finale. Bye.